4 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. I mean, you're telling me that your quarterback doing that? That's pretty awesome when you talk about getting some big-time production when you're at home against the number 5 team in the country. The Dogs now 8-0 at home against top 10 opponents under head coach Kirby Smart. Their 9th win in the last 11 games against top 5 opponents. And now for Ole Miss, they fall to 0-13 all-time on the road against a ranked Georgia team.
Keep swinging. It's a big-time dub. You're down in Athens where, holy smokes, talk about championship DNA with Coach Smart's group. You don't need to get a stop until you need to get a stop, a wise man told me once. They didn't get one, Steve, in the first half of a football game. It's never happened to Kirby Smart's team. You're down there. What's going on in that for the first literally 3 quarters of that football game?
I don't know how anything is better than what happened in Athens today, because it was an absolute test of wills. You have 2 guys that coached under Saban at the same time. You heard all the stories this week. You know exactly what gets under each other's skin. I thought there was a very quiet confidence in Lane and his approach. You know, the research team at ESPN, I thought, dug up something great. In Trinidad's 15 games last year at Division II Ferris State, he combined to play in front of 70,000 people. Today he played in front of 93, and he was incredible. He was so good, and you could just see Kirby coming off the sideline like, all right, next time up, we got to get him. And what's been laying underneath all these issues, and hearing Kirby talk about, we got to start games better, we got to do this better, we got to play better defense, is they got a tough MFer at quarterback, man. And Gunnar Stockton, it doesn't look the best. It doesn't look like a pro-style deal.
It adds up.
I'll tell you what, he's got some pro guys on the outside. He's got Colby Young, who gets hurt on the flea flicker on the first series. He never comes back in. Dylan Bell steps up, who was a great asset for them last year. Whoever you want. That offense can go. They finally had everybody healthy on the offensive line, and they needed all that to keep answering Ole Miss. And when Georgia takes the lead, that third down, when they finally got the stop, is as loud of a place as you can hear. And I'm driving out of there to take Mr. Fowler and Mr. Herbstreit to the old FBO, and, you know, they mentioned it on the broadcast, and that's what, I mean, the way this team keeps answering, and I feel like I've said it 4 times already this year, only a Kirby Smart coach team wins that game. It's unbelievable how they respond to haymakers.
Championship DNA. It's a real thing. It's belief. It's being able to eat punches. It's 35-26 Ole Miss, and you haven't gotten a stop. Mm-hmm. Not one. Not one. Then you go down and score, and then you get one stop. And now, if you can get your beak out in front, then that means all of a sudden, all of that confidence and excellence that Trinidad and that Ole Miss offense played with, now you have to. And it all of a sudden, I wrote it down and the hieroglyphics. I got to find the game. Their first stop led to them taking the lead, and after they scored, it's 35-26. And after they score, 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, field goal, significant to some. And then it wasn't a 3 and out, but it was enough play. It was 5, I believe, Ole Miss ran, where the game comes to an end with a deflection there. And that's how you win a game. And we've seen Georgia win through the years on the strength of defense. My gosh, you turn on the TV tomorrow and there's going to be 15 of them on every level of of the defense that you're going to watch. There's a good play on 3rd and 6 from Auburn. Here we go. 4th down. Down 6 in double overtime. But it doesn't matter. It's like the Texas game. You know, the Texas-Oklahoma game last week. We talked about how many times that Texas-Oklahoma game was low 50s to mid 40s, and then last week it was defense. Whatever. Georgia, just win the friggin' game.
Mm-hmm.
They did. And it's a program that expects to win. There's a sack on 4th and 8. And Auburn's going to lose again on the Plains. Wow. Wait, whistle? I don't know what there's a flag. He threw it to a lineman, which is prohibited. Heavens to Betsy. Heavens to Betsy. Yeah, that's illegal touching is what that is. I might do some illegal touching. Where's my shaker? Boy, it's going to be a somber evening at Toomer's tonight. There'll be no rolling of anything. Drink. That's a huge dub for Drink. Well, we'll get to that. I was just doing a little live play-by-play, just so you could watch me die a little bit here live on the pod. The notes that are irrelevant, about the game, it's about figuring out how to win.
And they've been in these instances plenty of times. And there's a familiarity with that. And you could see it was more hectic than being comfortable, but they knew what they were in for. And whereas I look at the other side and I look at Lane, it's like, good God, what do I got to do to win a game? They were so good.
So
precise.
good.
I thought the play right to start the 3rd quarter where he runs down the sideline, and you're like, this isn't going to let up. Georgia has no answers.
None.
And Trinidad's, running the ball when he has to. He was so accurate on his short throws. They did whatever they wanted in that building against that team. And I get it. Alabama did a couple weeks ago, but I just
but Bama's lived
keep answering. It's unbelievable.
Bama's lived in that space as well, and so for a guy that, and what a great note from research, for a guy that played in front of 70,000 people combined a season ago, to walk into that place that's on 11 from the morning on and throw punches.
Yeah.
Not throw jabs. It's 35-26. 0 stops. And I'm thinking, wow. But again, walk out with the dub, and you don't have to stop until you have to stop them. And when Georgia did, they did. Who's Ole Miss got next? Because that's their first loss.
They go to Oklahoma, I believe.
That's my on-ramp to just mention them. They went in that relatively early window down in South Carolina, ran it down South Carolina's throat, played awesome defense. South Carolina couldn't get a 3rd down conversion. OU holds South Carolina under 200